Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me, Larry the Batman fan here, and I'm back with another video. Only thing is today I'm not wearing a Batman shirt, I'm wearing a Tomb Raider shirt. If y'all can see that. Anyways, I just thought I'd have to mention that. So it'd be kind of cool to mention that. Since I got this shirt a few weeks ago. We're obviously not here to talk about that though. So, there's a site on the internet called DK Oldies. Apparently, that has been a huge topic lately to talk about because people like Review Tech USA and Hecklin Steve and a few other people have been talking about DK Oldies as a whole and what they say about them. Review Tech USA absolutely despises DK Oldies. He thinks they suck. He thinks they're not cleaning their games. He feels like they're not cleaning the systems. The inside of them got, you know, like piss in them and probably like Coca-Cola stains from people dropping Cokes. The, liquid inside the actual Sega Genesis, NES, Super Nintendo, N64, stuff like that. The cartridge-based systems, maybe the Sega Saturn. Although I never see DK Oldies sell a Sega Saturn in their videos because I guess it's because that system, it's a good system, but the games are just too damn expensive. I mean, I only own 5 games for that system because it's just way too expensive to collect for. Some of those games are $300, $400, $500 just to get one copy of, complete in case with a manual. That's crazy. So yeah, but anyways, so they are a company that these guys feel that they scam people and they screw people over. Sorry, there's a helicopter up above me. Also, my fan is buzzing, so if you guys hear any noise, it's coming from that. So, anyways, yeah, they are a company that sells video games. They sell old games and they sell new games. They're not just selling the PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch games. They're also selling, the older stuff too. The Atari 2600 games, the NES games, Super Nintendo games, N64, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox, Xbox 360, and so on and so forth. Do I personally think that they're a scam? Well, personally, I think you can find some good deals on their site because I got Star Ocean till the end of time on PS2 for $8, and that was cheaper than some of the local game stores that I can go to in person that wanted 15 to $20 just for that game, just for the game with a case and a manual. And when I got this game in the mail, it was complete. It had everything that it was supposed to have, even the cover art, for only $8. So I think it's good to shop around because DK Oldies does have some games that they underprice that they don't realize, and you can still get some good deals on their site. However, I could see why a collector would say that they're a scam because the Simpsons Hit and Run game, from my knowledge of that game, at one point that game was around $10 to $15. But apparently it's gone up in value ever since then. I guess it's because it's the greatest Simpsons game ever made. But no way in hell am I paying $80 for a complete copy with the case, manual, and cover art, and the disc. Especially when you could get a copy right now off of eBay, complete with the manual, case, and disc, and a cover art for $50. That's a big difference right there. That's a $30 difference. Okay, so if you think about it, that is a ripoff. They need to lower the price. They need to check eBay and watch why more sellers are going to eBay. Maybe DK Oldies could sell that game for $44.99. You'd still be making good money. Come on, I mean, you make at least $10 off of shipping. Because when people buy shit from you, they have to pay shipping. Just send out like 10 games or 15 games or whatever amount of games that the person orders. So that's a ripoff. Especially when you know that eBay does have some prices that are considerably lower than what DK Oldies is trying to charge. Their systems, I've heard, had a lot of problems in the beginning where they weren't cleaning the inside of their systems, like the NES having roaches inside the system, having problems when people got the damn thing and it's not playing games because they didn't like tighten up the screws inside the machine and didn't clean the thing out well enough, or they didn't clean it at all. And that's the problem. And a lot of collectors started to notice that and make YouTube videos about them, complaining about DK Oldies because DK Oldies sucks, DK Oldies, they're a piece of shit, blah 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 blah. I can't stand DK Oldies, things like that. And it makes sense why they got some backlash for that, because it's like collectors can't go to GameStop and buy retro games. And then the only other option besides DK Oldies really is eBay. I mean, you could go on Amazon and get NES games off of Amazon, but you ain't gonna get no lot. So if you want to get 20 games at one time to build up your collection that way for 50, 75 bucks, 100 bucks, eBay is the only way because Amazon doesn't do lots. You can't do lots on Amazon. You buy one single game at a time. So but do I think they're a scam? No, I don't. But I can definitely see why some of their prices are a little high. I mean, there are some games that you can get off of there for a reasonable price. And then there are other games that you're like shaking your head like and scratching your head like what? What are you talking about, DKO? Is you guys crazy? No way in hell am I paying $39.99 for say Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 on PlayStation 3 when I could get a copy off of eBay for 20 bucks. You're trying to nickel and dime me. $40 for a PS3 / 360 game also, because I know the game was also on 360. And you're trying to get 40 bucks out of me for that when I could get it for 20. Another example of a game that's overpriced on their site is Castlevania, I think. The first Castlevania game they wanted like 50 bucks for, and I'm pretty sure I could get it off of eBay for 25 or maybe 30 at the most. So that's another example of being ripped off. I know that they have to make money. I know that they have inventory for all of this, but it's like when you go out of your way to charge too much for a game, then that collector doesn't really want to go back and do business with you, because once the collector compares the prices to eBay, then the collector's like, you know what, screw DK Oldies, I'll go to eBay instead, or I'll go to a retro game store in my area. I know Game Exchange is one of those game stores that's around the world, and they're more so than Play and Trade, because Play and Trade, they close down a lot of shops. So I think if a person that's not living in New York, like me, who wants to go get some retro games, they only have GameStop. Besides GameStop, if they live in a certain state, they could go to a Game Exchange and get some games in person. And if not that, then the only other option is to use either Play and Trade or go online to eBay, because that's really all you got. There's some cities and states where that's the only two options they have. They want some retro games. So of course, they're kind of forced to either choose eBay or DK Oldies because there's no stores around that sell those retro games, and the collectors out there have a nostalgic itch to actually get some more retro games, spend their hard-earned money from their jobs to get those games. So, personally, I think DK Oldies should reevaluate themselves on some of the pricing, because some of that pricing sucks. It's bullshit. They're ripping you off. But then there are some games that they're selling for a reasonable price that aren't too bad. I mean, I've spent $100 on them before on their site and actually got some good deals on some games. You know? So that's my thoughts on DK Oldies. I don't think they're a terrible company. I mean, they've been in business for probably 5 years now, 6 years now. So they're just learning from their mistakes. They even made a video where they made a big mistake and they titled it DK Oldies Made a Big Mistake, where a person bought PS2 controllers and the controller was broken because the wire on it was messed up. So that collector had to send that stuff back to them, and they gave him a free controller, free of charge, and I think they even gave him a free game, didn't charge him for that shit. So at least they acknowledge their customers and actually are trying to do the right thing. If they could start cleaning out the systems more, then I think more people will be able to trust them and give them their business. And if they could just lower the prices on some of these games just a little bit more, then maybe they would feel more comfortable buying more games from them. Well, that's really all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned because I got a couple more collection videos to film. They're coming. God bless you all and have a great day.